Hey guys, it's Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is New Comic Book Day for the week of February 8th. And this is the week where we take inside jokes a little bit too literal.
Shut up.
If you don't know what that means, you're going to find out as soon as Tim is on film.
Nobody's using film anymore.
Tape.
Tape?
Video. Whatever.
What?
Digital
Come on.
thing.
We get out of the 80s. Are you going to put this on VHS for Patreon? Do they have VHS players?
It's one of those things, guys.
8 millimeters?
It's going to be a long week. We're going to get started right now.
Very, very good. Hey guys, Tim from the comic book store and from Capes and Scowls, and we're going to get started. I'm going to show you all the trades coming out, and of course, go Vikings. Yeah, Cleveland State University. I take jokes way too far, Paul. Anywho, here's what's coming out this week. So we have Robin War from DC. All the Robins get into a war. That's not what happens. We have The Fuse, Volume 4, image book. We have Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. It's probably very good. And I have Grant Morrison's The Invisibles, which is now getting re-released in these thicker volumes, like Why the Last Man did. It's a very cool book. Ron Randall's Trekker, Rites of Passage. No idea. Never heard of it. Looks cool, though. I actually think this looks really cool. And then we've got The Tick. Spoon. Remember The Tick? The Tick was great. That SNES game was hard, though. Nameless. This is also Grant Morrison. This was kind of cool. I didn't finish it. I read the first couple issues. Weird sci-fi, if you're into weird sci-fi. And why wouldn't you be? Justice League, Gods and Monsters. This is that weird series where Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are kind of different and kind of, I don't know, jerky. You should like that. And believe it or not, Ripley's Believe It or Not. Download the weird. I don't know. I don't know why. Also, if you come in and ask, there's a weird adult coloring book that is too adult for me to show you here, but if you say, hey, could you show me the weird book? I'll show you the weird book if I haven't already sold it. Okay.
Up first, we have Titans issue number 8. And Brett Booth is back. So all is right with the world. We are dealing with the new arc that's going to be coming up with the Titans being in Manhattan and their new base. Why they left Jump City, I don't know, but that's where they're at now. We are dealing with a meta-clinic that is able to monitor and kind of nail down what meta abilities you might have, and in certain cases, even take them away from you if you want them to. And as you can probably assume, bad things are going to happen to that. So we're going to see a lot from this arc. I'm really excited, and of course, Brett Booth is back, so it is definitely a reason to pick it up. If you've been a fan of this from the beginning, this is more of the same. So,
All right, guys, I'm going to review books. You love it when I review books. Justice League of America Rebirth number 1. You're saying Justice League again? Of course again. Now, this is focusing on a new team because we need 12 different Justice League books at all time. This book features Batman trying to pull together a new team. As you can tell by the cover, we'll give away some of the people that are on it. Some of the cool highlight characters, of course, Lobo is always fun. You should always enjoy a good Lobo story. Killer Frost, her interactions with Lobo are kind of fun. There's a lot of characters here, and it's mostly the team forming, which sounds boring, but it's actually not that bad. It's just not much more beyond that. If you like the characters that are on the cover and the characters involved, it's worth checking out. It is a unique team, and it may be really good. So, check it out.
new this week, Kingpin issue number 1. Kingpin picks up after the events of Civil War II. We have the Kingpin making his life better, making him not lead a life of crime, or so we think. We don't really know, because the Kingpin is such a complex character that we don't necessarily know what his motives are or what things are going on. The art is better than it was in the miniseries from the Civil War, so there's that. But it's kind of a slow build. It's a very slow build. So if you are really, really interested in the Kingpin and how this is going to turn out, then you're going to want to pick it up. If you're just looking on kind of a flyer and not really sure what's going on, it might not be for you, because, like I said, it's a very slow build. The payoff at the end of the first issue is great, but it takes a while to get there. So Judgment Call, it's up to you guys if you want to take a chance on this one. I did. It was pretty decent. But I want to check to see how the next issue comes out. Hopefully it's a lot, hopefully the pacing is a lot better.
Hey guys, Adam told me to do Guardians of the Galaxy, and I like Adam, so I'm going to do it. I didn't really read a ton of Guardians. The last one I read tied in with Civil War, and it was good. This issue focuses on Gamora. It is all Gamora all the time. And it has to deal with her trying to break into a government facility to go murder Thanos. All she ever wanted to do in her life was murder Thanos. This book was really good. It showed you, if you like Gamora and you're like, I just never get enough Gamora, this is the issue for her. She fights everybody. She takes on everybody. And somehow, she does pretty darn well. It's really good. It's just like a giant fight scene. It's got some clever tricks in it. I say you read it. I say you buy it, and you will love it, because Gamora is awesome in this issue.
Next up, we have Empowered and the Soldier of Love, issue number 1. Empowered is a series from Adam Warren. I did not know this coming into it, so I was not aware that this was an ongoing series. Unlike some of the other comics that we've read that have been ongoing from other things that we didn't quite like, see last week for some controversy, we'll put it there because Tim was unkind.
What?
This series is beautifully drawn. It's a newcomer, Carla Diaz, who has done some webcomics. She's from Chile. Adam Warren does a great job. It is a wonderful series following a superheroine named Empowered and her friends in Cape City. Now, the Soldier of Love is going to be the, I would think, the anti-hero in this kind of thing. We're not sure what her motives are yet. She is just making all the heroes in Cape City start to love the wrong people. She is a Cupid on the rampage, and it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. It's a 3-issue miniseries. I don't know if Empowered is going to continue going on past this, but this was actually really well done. I was impressed with how it was. I was impressed with the writing, which was very cute and a very fun read. It's very wordy. There's a lot to go through, but it's written in such a way that you're going to breeze through it anyway. So if you're looking for one to try out, I would highly recommend this one. It's probably my pick of the week because I was not expecting to like it. I really, really did.
All right, and for my final review, I'm going to review a book based on a cartoon that I have never seen, but I know Joe, who works at the comic book store, really loves it, so I'm going to do Steven Universe number 1. I think I've seen 2 minutes in total of Steven Universe ever. I don't know pretty much anything about it. So I had no expectations. I didn't know what to think. This book is a lot of fun. It's a feel-good kind of book. Steven ends up finding a baby bird. He can't locate its mother. He starts to care for it, and he doesn't know what to do. It's just this nice, feel-good story. And, you know, he's got some wacky characters around him, and it was okay. But overall, if you enjoy Steven Universe, you'll probably like this. It has the feel that I expected it to have, so it seems accurate to the source material as far as that. It's a nice story. Hey, it's just a nice story. You should buy it. It's really nice. It's a nice story.
All right, this week in trade recommendations, I took a chance on something that Tim has been bugging me to read for a while and said that I was going to like it. I swore up and down that I was not going to like it, and I really, really, really did. It is Archie. I'm actually going to be doing a recommendation on both of the trades that are out so far. New one's coming out 2 months from now.
What?
New trade is coming out 2 months from now.
Something like that. 2 to 3, yeah.
For those who don't know what Archie is, he's a comic book that's been around since the 40s. Very fun-loving, very family-friendly, quirky, goofy, lovable person. This is a new series, so we are picking it up with Mark Waid. who I was not sure was going to do a very good job of this because you're so used to him being a superhero-driven writer. He does an amazing job in this. Like I said, I was not sure I'd like this series. 3 pages in, I'm already annoying Tim with it. And yeah, he's nodding his head because he knows that. I was just like, oh my god, did you see this? Did you see this? It was great. First issue or the first series takes with Betty and Archie breaking up. Yes, part of the triangle's already gone. It's a shame, but it's one of those things where you're not gonna find out what happens. They keep alluding to it. This is the reason why they're not together. And then we have the introduction to Veronica, and what will eventually be the triangle that most people that read Archie comics are already used to. The girl next door versus the ultra-rich person that are diametrically opposite of each other, but both of them in love with Archie, and we see as Archie ping-pongs back and forth. So the first series deals with the introduction of Veronica and all the complications that leads to that. The next issue, or the next series, as you can assume, is when everything goes wrong. Because a lot of people will think that Archie and Betty are meant for each other. Some people will think that Archie and Veronica are meant for each other. But they are still best friends, even though they are broken up. They still want to remain best friends, and the complications from that are what lead to what's going on wrong in this issue. And a lot goes wrong. However, it still keeps a very charming and endearing writing style to it. Now, the one knock I will have with it is, I don't know what's wrong with the series, but they just can't keep artists involved. In these 2 trades by themselves, we are dealing with 5 different artists in just 10 issues. So it's kind of rough. It started off with Fiona Staples and is currently with Ryan Jampol. However, that's already changed because in the ongoing series, there is a new artist even past these 5. So if you're really enthralled with the art, you're going to have a little trouble dealing with the continuity issues that causes. However, I believe that Mark Waid's writing is spectacular the entire way through, and even though there is artist changes, they still keep the general tone of the comic the same. So even with the different artist styles, it still feels like an Archie comic. So highly, highly, highly recommend Archie. It is probably one of my absolute favorite series instantly. I'm only 10 issues in, and this is up there with Amazing Spider-Man and Invincible as far as my love of comics. So I definitely suggest picking this up.